3 of the 5 ACC wins for the Cuse have come away from home, and they're looking to pick up a 4th as the libero Lana Yamada serves to start this Tuesday afternoon contest, and it's Ejem Aksoy who cleans it up for Kate Hansen to put it away. Clemson took advantage of this matchup a few weeks ago with a win at Syracuse.
So Kate Hansen, number 19, she's a junior middle, has a very fast arm. You're gonna see her throughout the match get involved in that offense.
It was Hansen's teammate, Nil Okur, who had 14 errorless kills, a career high against Syracuse. As we take a look at Skylar George from the left side as it flicks in off the tape, and very similar to what we saw here as Bakir Ganesharatam has accumulated a couple weapons on the pins. 3 solid attackers from George to McLaughlin.
Yeah, Coach Ganesharatam, that's a fun name to say, gets involved in his positivity and cohesive unit that he's put together year after year, reloading.
And picking up from where she left off a few weeks ago, it's the senior from Turkey, Nil Okur, who comes in from the pin, cleans it up. A pair of Clemson middles have kills. Is that the key to success for Coach Simpson Kier?
You have to get the middles involved. Clemson actually has one of the fastest offenses in the nation. It's all about the pass so they can execute it.
Tip by George. Mia Moore looks to get it going with the left hand, and she looked to swipe the block, but does not get the call. Our up judge today is Arlene Hughes, with the usual suspect in Dwayne Holbrin down below, as we see Skylar George, the sophomore from Houston, 3 kills per set, and a serving specialist as well. Aces in 9 of her last 10, Keely, and you can see why. Great block touch accumulated by Soana Leena. Reset, back to the back row where Mia McGrath is chasing a couple milestones here in her final 2 collegiate matches, and that is a tricky tip from the back row by George.
We saw George get a lot of kills against Pitt on that defensive deceptive shot, showing that she was hitting the back row and then dropping the tip, experienced.
(3-2) Orange lead. That one might have been heading long. McGrath plays it well, and it's out to Ejem Aksoy as this swing is long from the freshman out of Turkey, and a couple Turkish players make up Jackie Simpson Kier's squad.
What we're seeing right now is Syracuse is taking a lot of risks low on the service lines, going flat, causing some chaos for the pass.
And now let's introduce you to Clemson's 5th-year head coach, as Coach Kier has brought in the largest season of attendance in her 5 years, averaging just shy of 1,000 fans per match, and we saw almost 1,500 on back-to-back nights here this weekend.
I think it helps with the cushioned seats of the renovations here in Jervey Gym we're seeing. Coach Kier has done an excellent job figuring out what makes her team work. You're seeing mixing in players today, dealing with injuries all season long. As Mia Moore goes off the hands, relying heavily on her senior leader of Mia Moore.
10 kills in Sunday's loss to Louisville for Moore. She was one of the standouts, along with her fellow Mia at the net in McGrath, who had 11. And now Claire Luma looks to earn another strong serve to get that free ball. The tip over by McLaughlin. Her first swing still yet to come in terms of a big rip, but we have seen George rip it, and this is in the corner. George from the service line. And now the sophomore, Skylar George, has 2 kills from the back row.
Coming in hot, that's expected. So George has incredible ball control, as we're gonna see Ashley Gnaw now on the service line. Let's see if she goes flat and low under that antenna height.
Serving specialist, sophomore from Michigan in Ashley Gnaw. And a good dig by the junior setter in Taya Maeva. Another transfer from Nevada. Good friends with McLaughlin. But if Clemson's middles can put together the production they had almost 20 kills combined the last time these 2 teams met.
And it's all about that transition fast attack. Nice to see Sant, number 6, get the ball off.
And so now McKenna Gildon in that regalia purple libero jersey picks up a dig. She's been one of the best defensive liberos in the country. And now from the left pin, we see McGrath out of system. tip it off the front row and in.
The kills are starting to come for the Clemson squad. This one, a tight ball, McGrath just saving it with her left hand.
All set up by the junior Gildon, who had 23 digs on Friday against Notre Dame. Backed it up with 12 against Louisville Sunday as their serve tails long, and we're tied here at 6 in the first set.
So we expected long rallies, and you have the finishing power happening currently on the side of Syracuse out of the back row. Let's see if Clemson can get Hansen now involved in the offense.
So we see Maeva, junior from San Diego. One of the captains you mentioned with McLaughlin. So the two of them transfer over from the Wolfpack as Maeva's service run is brief. Mia McGrath needs a lot of work to get to 1,000 kills. She has to pick up 49 kills to finish off her last 2 matches. But if she's gonna do it, she has to start strong.
Yeah, going off the hands, changing up shots is where she's like a pro.
She is only 18 digs from 1,000, so that might be more attainable, but there's kill number 3 here today for Mia McGrath.
Follow number 23, the senior, coming in with another one. You're right, McGrath, if she knew her stats, I bet she would turn up for it.
Teardrop serve from Addie Raines is short, so we are gonna keep a tracker going in our minds of Mia McGrath trying to get to that 1,000 kill or 1,000 dig mark. As Clemson finishes their season Friday at Florida State. Also a 2 o'clock, a little Black Friday action from Tallahassee.
Wow.
Amazing reactions by Raines off a great serve from McLaughlin. And now it's Waller from the right pin, and the junior from Tennessee we haven't talked about yet. Sydney Waller is getting hot here in the end of the year.
If Syracuse is going to pull off the win, it's mixing up the offense. Getting the right side of the court involved with Waller was impressive.
Syracuse battled tough, swept by both Pitt and SMU on the road last week, but that is a gauntlet of a trip. As McGrath is blocked, and the match's first stuff comes from Waller and Evivier.
There you go, all smiles right there. You're gonna see this match go already what we're expecting, so it's a pretty even score going back and forth. I'm telling you, Daniel, this will, like, get your popcorn, sit in for it, go in the distance.
And Keela, you mentioned playing shorthanded. Of course, Clemson lost their star outside in the beginning of ACC play, Kennedy Wagner, but Syracuse have lost starters all year, and just last week lost their middle in Zaria Harris-Wadi. And so we'll see if Clemson can take advantage of that size mismatch as Vivier is out there starting for just the 3rd time. But this is Waller trying to tip.
Coming over with the block, Mia Moore had the right setup, recognizing the offense was coming on the right side of the court.
4 points early for Mia McGrath, tied at 9. George hangs forever and misses wide on that swing.
George does an excellent job recognizing where the block is. She took the right shot, taking it a wide, but I'm thinking the attempt might go her way again, seeing an open line.
Skylar George has been on fire. She has 11 double-digit kill matches in ACC play. It's 11 of 18 where she has exploded as the serve tails wide, and yet again we are tied here at 10, and we get another look at Maeva, who made the move in the spring, entered that transfer portal, and then her teammate McLaughlin followed in the next transfer cycle. So it's interesting. Syracuse goes and grabs the 2 Wolfpack players, but not at the same time. As Maeva came first, McLaughlin to follow.
There's a comfort level when you know somebody on the team and you're looking to transfer. You're like, well, at least I like the education. And then, hey, I like my teammates, so everything's a go.
I'm not sure you could have 2 different weather situations than summer in Nevada
right.
and winter in Syracuse. George tries the 4-to-4 sharp angle. It misses wide, and after the service error, Clemson holds on a service point and leads by 2.
This is the biggest separation in a lead for Clemson. If you're keeping track at home, count with your fingers how many times the lead switches. Who's up?
These teams played on November 7th, so less than a month apart. The Tigers won the first set 25-15. Then the next 2 sets were split, 1 by 2, 25-23. Clemson led 2-0. Syracuse then took the third, 26-24. Maybe you think the Orange were gonna reverse sweep, but no, Clemson dominated the 4th set, 25-16.
Clemson's either hot or cold. If they get their offense going, they could do some damage.
There's a rare service error from Hansen, who is also playing for the final time here at home. One of 5 honored on Sunday's senior day. Kate Hansen, just listed as a junior, but did register to finish off her career here this season. So we see Marie Lorio, freshman pin hitter, serving. Kerr is blocked. Great pickup by Gildon. In system, the slide will come right down the line from Soana Lea'a.
Lea'a off a 1 foot behind the setter. Very good offense for Syracuse. And this is a rotation where the 3 strongest offensive players are out. So if you're Syracuse, it is your time to push.
Lea'a transfer from UC Irvine. She's from the Vegas area, so you got that trio of West Coast newcomers, part of 10 newcomers on this Syracuse team. And we talked to Coach Pakir, and he mentioned it is a journey having to re-assimilate a team filled with so many new players.
I mean, it's early on, you create those activities for team bonding to try to create a unit. I think Coach Pakir's done an excellent job doing that.
Out of system from Gildon. Mia Moore, just long, no touch. And it does seem that Mia Moore is very dependent on that block touch when she's swinging for high hands.
And she's used to going against, we just saw her go against Louisville, get a lot of high hands.
Yep.
So the block was a little taller, but she needs to drop her shot just a little bit.
9 straight losses for Syracuse. Once upon a time, they were right in the middle of the ACC at 5-4. They sit 5-13, and Clemson's offense humming into our break at 15-13.
Work better up the middle. You have more pin attack with Syracuse. It's still anyone's game today, or match, I should say.
Well, one game at a time. Here we are in the first game of this match as Clemson takes an edge by 2. That's the largest lead that either team has had. Claire Luma at the service line with both teams hitting under 200. Defensive heavy as we imagined. Good pass by McLaughlin. It's a give and go with that best friends combo in Maeva and McLaughlin, and that'll get the side out.
Best of angles we love to see from McLaughlin. She recognized the block setup and just chopped it inside.
First kill for Gabby McLaughlin, and Ashley Naw will come in to serve for the middle. So VVA moves into the front row.
There you go.
That's Mia Moore, and that's what we call a 2-ball, isn't it?
I love it, a 2-ball up the gut, about the height of the antenna, and Mia Moore does it so well, coming behind the setter on that, asking for it and putting it down.
Gildon will target the second libero for Syracuse. That's Emma Ortiz cycling in for Yamada. McGrath tries the no-look, but George is there. Now to Moore. Did that hit the antenna? I believe it did. Syracuse will pick up the side out there.
All of the kills from Mia Moore are coming through the middle, but this is the defensive effort we love for both teams. Laying out George middle back and then putting it up for the little antenna kiss.
Maeva to serve. Sant sets up McGrath. To the back row in George. McGrath explodes off the hands, and Mia McGrath off to this 4-kill first set start.
This is the same shot Mia McGrath got her last kill on. That senior heads-up play, like, I'm gonna try again, and came up with another kill.
4 kills for McGrath, 3 for Mia Moore, 2 for Nilo Kerr, as Hansen is up in the front row for Clemson. Slide for Hansen, she'll slip it just around the block of McLaughlin, and Clemson stretches the lead to 3.
Here comes the offense for Clemson, a fast transition ball behind the set. It's a slide attack with Hansen off a 1 foot for the little chip shot down.
Short serve for Rains, gathered by George. VVA covers her own swing. Waller just wide. She had an open gap. It was a good redirection there from the right side.
If Syracuse cannot produce a hit on the ball, so that means a tip is coming over, Clemson is an automatic dig all over the court, leads the ACC in digs and showing up today.
Timeout called by Syracuse, and let's dive a little deeper into that, our dig storyline. Syracuse could wind up with 7, depending on how this week turns out, as Va Tech down at the bottom, they'll take on Syracuse in New York on Friday afternoon, as once again, we see these coaches scheming well out of the timeout.
And Waller with the first shot going to the corner. It's hard to climb up in ACC ball, but like that last shot with Waller, you have to be creative.
McLaughlin to serve, needing a service run. 1916 Clemson.
Ooh.
Out to Waller. She had a great week 2 weeks ago against NC State, had 15 kills, hitting over 500. You could see why.
This is out of a timeout. The first 2 attempts going to Waller. That's a scouting report plan. Get the ball to number 7.
Strong serve, too strong from McLaughlin. Clemson's lead back to 3, and we enter the red territory, the clutch zone, as some coaches might call it here late. And what separates the good from the average teams when you get to 20?
It's grit and execution. So George is in the front row for Syracuse. This is a better offensive look between George and Waller on the right side.
Service errors, a smidge contagious, as McGrath gives one right back. Syracuse finding themselves right in the midst of this set as their grad senior middle, Leia, comes back in.
Daniel, get ready for a slide attack with Hansen if the pass is good.
Pass was not great, so it's out to Oxoy, right into the campfire.
Great job showing deceptiveness. Oxoy went up, looked like she was going to hit. Watch how she pulls back her arm. Last second, throwing it.
So that'll bring Nilo Kerr into the front row, and I'll mention it again. She had 14 kills, 0 errors at Syracuse back on November 7th. They'll target Waller. Bad bounce off the tape. Helpful for Clemson, and there's the block touch from McGrath. She's having a whale of a set.
A great confidence set. So you had Sant running forward. It's a reverse set. Trusting McGrath was ready for it, and yes, she was ready. A touch off the block. Got the point.
So Syracuse forced
Number 24, one of the best teammates on the court, cheering along, and Coach Keir talks about her effort in practice is always locked in.
So we look at Kerr, one of those 5 seniors up at the net. Another one, Hansen serving at 22-18. George tips, Hansen is right there. Sant's first dump. Both of these setters quite aggressive, but have not taken many swings yet.
Ooh.
Oxoy, straight down.
Let's go with some power. You saw her throwing the roll shot early on. Defenders are ready for the shot, and then she reminds all the defenders, hey, I have power too. Go and dropping that in front of the middle back.
In system, that's a good swing for Leia. Her first kill today.
That was an excellent set by Taya Maeva. Coming off, watch a skip set. 1-2 off the 1 foot, forcing the middle back. Leia with the throwback.
Syracuse needs a comeback here in this first set, and a service error from Marie Lorio will give Clemson 5 set points here in the opening frame. And this has been a set that Clemson, in the last month of the year, they have loved playing hard in that first set.
Yeah, first set coming in, but bad news for Syracuse is 22. Mia Moore is back in the front row for offense.
And for the 3rd time this set, the teams trade service errors. And I think if you're Clemson, you're okay with it with this kind of lead. But for Syracuse here, how focused are you if you're George on just getting this serve in?
Yeah, it's a GTG. Got to go time. The good news is McLaughlin is back in the front row for some power and shots.
This is the best server on the team, forcing an out-of-system ball as Oxoy feeds it and gives a free ball opportunity. And there's the dump and a kill now in 13 straight for Maeva.
Very rarely our offense is in a 5-1 in college volleyball, but Maeva showing that she can take it over in 2 with that left hand.
And so because you have them, and you can't take them into the break with you, Coach Chen, a de facto ACC elimination match for the championship as Louisville and Pitt tangle on ACC Network tomorrow at 7 as George serves here. Set point for Clemson.
Here it goes. Sorry.
You take it.
I felt it.
Mia Moore.
Good
She
pass.
put it away.
Mia Moore up the gut on a 2. Boom. It's like a 1-2 punch.
Mia Moore, Mia McGrath, dominant first set, takes us into break as the Tigers seniors are looking to go out with a win.
McGrath taking over in that first set.
No digs in that first set for McGrath. Does that tell you that she's focused a little bit more on offense tonight?
I think everybody's on the Syracuse side just avoiding middle back when McGrath is back there, trying to hit a little more line against Sant or whoever's playing right back.
So we switch sides. Clemson has lost 4 in a row, had those 2 3-set losses to Georgia Tech, and then lost in 5 here on Friday against Syracuse. Swept by Louisville Sunday as Syracuse, they have lost 9 in a row. Started their regular season 6-0, but injuries have haunted the Orange. As we see Waller awkwardly cut on that first swing, and Clemson leads 1-0.
I'm sure Waller wants that one back. She went for a roll shot. Mia McGrath trying to execute the serve, because if you get a defensive transition ball and stick it, kill's coming for Clemson.
Good pick up by Gildon on the swing by Leia. As Aksoy out of system, couldn't time it up, and a few attack errors ignite our second set.
A little net deja vu on first 2 hits to start us off. You have Clemson in that 2-hitter rotation. So Hansen behind the setter on a good pass that's executing some offense.
Emma Ortiz was wearing a libero jersey in the first set, not anymore. So both Yamada and Ortiz are on the floor at the same time as this free ball from McLaughlin. A little bit too much helium on it, and a good eye from the back line.
For Syracuse to pull off a win, and even just this set, you have to get McLaughlin and George more offensively involved. It starts with the pass, guys.
Good take by Raines, knowing McGrath was right there, but a free ball comes, and it's going to be a double. And the only time you can get called for a double now in college volleyball is if it goes over the net, as that was from Aksoy.
And both teams really just trying to figure out what works when we say stick the pass. So you're going to notice if the setter is in her pocket, which is right of the setter. If either team is in it, then your chances are going to be a one-on-one opportunity.
Will this set finally have a kill? It's been 4 errors to start the frame. And there's a high level dig by Yamada. There's another one-handed by McGrath. Raines into the front row. Oh, now we're getting going, Keeley. Slide. Well executed by Leia for the kill.
We expected long rallies, good defensive layouts. You have McGrath, one-arm save. And then all Syracuse wanted was a little free ball, sticking the pass off the slide attack. Leia cutting it inside.
George, who has 29 aces this season. Line drives one,
wow.
As good as an ace, but Leia will take it to her stats.
And you saw Leia point right back to the server, George, like, wow, excellent serve, so low. That comes on you fast as a serve receive passer.
Back-to-back kills now for the grad senior out of Vegas. She has 4 errorless kills today. 3-0 Syracuse run ended with a service error, and it's 4-3 early in the second.
Daniel, we're gonna see a lot of that. Both teams trying to go really low, causing chaos on that serve receive pass, and both coaches encourage that type of risk-taking.
Catherine Sant at the service line. Couple more years for Catherine Sant to continue growing her game, just a sophomore. Cues up Aksoy. That might be the future combo for Clemson. Oh, Moore puts a lot on this. McGrath refusing to run into those unoccupied student stands here on Thanksgiving week.
Yamada saved the play on that defensive side. Clemson fans are having a good Thanksgiving week back in the gym.
Yeah, I always thought it was interesting to schedule these matches close to Thanksgiving. You know you're not going to have the same support, but still a good crowd from the local faithful, and they are happy that Clemson is back within one.
You know, when I went to play overseas for my first year in Spain, didn't get to spend any Thanksgiving in college with my family, so it wasn't a big thing. But Christmas, as a volleyball player, you go back home for it.
Yeah, I like that. You never know. Years to come, Keely, we may be watching the ACC tournament right around this week. Of course, the SEC tournament has been a smashing success. They're going to get both their top seeds facing in the final tonight. Well designed and deceived for Maeva.
Maeva does one of the best jobs, showing like she was going to set with her hands up, and then last second turns the throw right there, set her dump to the middle.
So she will go back to serve now. Averaged over 7 assists per set last season with Nevada, now at over 9 a set. Good for 8th in the ACC for Maeva. This one's out of system, and Yamada will get the assist on the feed to McLaughlin.
Those are the two players. You got McLaughlin and George. Outside hitters need to get some offensive numbers going. McLaughlin knows it, throws in the throw.
Keely, what does it say about a team when you're consistently good to start the second? Because Syracuse came off to this hot start at SMU last weekend as well. They led 12-7 and 6-2 in that set. Doing the same thing here on the road.
It's just that effort Coach Bakir talks about in the gym every day. Not playing the scoreboard, but just playing every point as hard as you can.
Back row look from George. Well angled to that right back corner.
George putting her team on her shoulders. You look at that energy she's even high-fiving her teammates with. Out of system, bump set, back row, ready for it is George.
There's a look at George working her way up to that front row as service errors have tallied up. McLaughlin has a few of them. And that 3-point lead diminished to 2. Still early in the second set. Clemson won the first, but it was tight for most of it until they pulled away late.
And looking at the front row, you have Mia McGrath, one more rotation for Clemson.
George with the left hand. Addie Raines is there, and it's been a superb sophomore season for both Luma and Raines. Luma gets the cover. That's a great dig by Yamada over on one, and a free ball comes. Waller handled by Gildon. These are the kind of rallies we expected, Keely.
Wow.
Right back to Hansen. Little patty cake at the net. McGrath blocked, 4th time the charm, and I think Sydney Waller yelled, finally, up there.
Sydney Waller heard the entire bench from Clemson yell line, and she knew the shot was coming, clamping over on that penetration.
Is there a way for Clemson to deceive that and try to keep it a little hidden, or no, you've got to yell?
You tell your teammate where the shot is, but it's up to the teammate to last second decide. McGrath wants that one back. And she got it with the kill coming back on it. That shows that experience. One shot doesent fade her. Mia McGrath, senior on the right side on this attempt, off of 2 steps, killing it.
Yep, you can see Leia a little bit late on that blocker help as McGrath leads the way with 6 kills. Is this off a block? No. The swipe attempt is wide and the Tigers within 1.
One thing to look for is where the set takes the pass takes the setter. Maeva coming all the way off about 15 feet, trying to get that off.
Bombing serve, and that is now the 15th combined service error between these two teams.
I mean, there's a point as a college coach that you're like, okay, guys, go for it, but like sort of not as much as you've been going for it.
0 aces total.
The goal is that 1-to-1 ratio, so 1 ace per 1 kill. So you got to back off a little bit if you're top-sided like that.
Oh, Sant does well to avoid the net. She has to scramble back. It's going to be targeted right to her.
Right.
George angles it to Gildon. McGrath out of the back row into the net, and it's 11-8.
McGrath was going for everything on that swing, a little lower than she expected. Syracuse creeping back.
Good pass by McGrath, slide comes.
Woo!
Olay, and even as good of a libero as Yamada is, hard to stop that Hansen slide.
Clemson runs it so fast behind the setter. The block has hardly any time to set up. So as a defender, you're looking at Hansen's slide attack like, where do I go?
Good feed from McGrath to Oxoy. McLaughlin is there, and a third no-look dump from the lefty, Maeva.
Maeva takes this set with extension. Watch how she keeps her hands up together. Everybody expected the set, and Maeva said, oh, sending it over, guys.
And you know, Yamada's had such a good start. She took the libero jersey off of Ortiz so that the two of them could play together this set. 8 digs already for Lana Yamada out of Kanagawa, Japan, as George from the back row can't keep up. But more on Yamada, the libero here for Syracuse in that orange. She's the 2-time region libero of the year for 2 different NJCAA schools. She started at Western Arizona, transferred to Central Wyoming.
Yeah, works so hard. You can see her in the right shot, head down in the communication, even telling your players where to hit. Counted for Yamada on the top for that finish with McLaughlin.
Yeah, this Syracuse team is, when they're clicking, they can click. Unfortunately, some of their bigger key players are seniors like McLaughlin and Leana and Yamada and Maeva are only juniors, so another year potentially for them, as Moore is now 3 for 3 out of the middle.
Catherine Sant, the setter, just expects Moore to be ready, and that's just playing together for so many years. Watch this, coming forward, reverse set up the middle, Mia Moore, taking it with her left hand.
Claire Luma, sophomore from Wisconsin, into serve. She has 21 aces. Good line drive there. How about George? Comes from the back row at the pin, but misses wide, and Clemson within 1.
Daniel, this is what we saw in the first set. So Syracuse came out a little stronger. Clemson adjusted to the rhythm, got their game back on track. It looks pretty on track right now.
Tough pass by Ortiz. Yamada right there, and a free ball comes. The Tigers can tie it up. And it's McGrath, deep corner. Even at 13 for her 7th kill.
And here come the Tigers. So you saw the previous attempt went to Mia Moore in the middle. As a blocker, you got to expect it. Off the touch of the defender.
Luma bombs one. Well timed here at 13. What a moment for Clemson's first block of the set.
Coach Keir showed pictures to the Clemson block as the guys, our hands are not over, and they took it personal right here. Both hands fully penetrated. Okur with her left hand to get that extra bounce.
Into the middle from Luma, and again, we're tied.
Still no aces, like you mentioned. However, do you notice how composed both coaches are on missed serves? Not showing any emotional struggle because they want their players to go hard, play loose.
I just like that this Clemson coaching staff has owned the color orange, kind of forcing Syracuse's coaching staff to wear a different color here today. Oh, that gets over Okur. High IQ play. Again, Okur sticks her hand out. Point continues. At VVA, Okur, she did everything she could, but Syracuse was always going to win that point. As we head to break, both coaches' spirits are high.
Other side, get back in your groove.
Long way to go to get to intermission, but when we get there, we are going to chat with Clemson's head coach, Jackie Simpson-Keir, as She puts the finishing touches on her 5th season at the helm of Clemson, and a lot of firsts here this year for the Tigers. We'll talk about that as well. Mia Moore, triple block, not a problem.
You know, Georgia Tech plays a lot with the foreigners, but I just felt like fuerte, that's coming at you strong. Yep, Mia Moore coming, asking for in transition. Triple block, getting powered all the way through it.
I wish we had a camera image of you dancing there, Keely, because I don't think anyone likes that 2-ball more than Keely Eveland. That's a pretty finish on the overpass by McLaughlin.
Oh, it's coming when Mia Moore, oh gosh, they got it, I think, telling us in our ear. Oh, I like some Mia Moore action. Get that dance party. Daniel's like, are you seriously standing?
It's like the robot whipped it out. Great work by our crew. Down the line from Hansen, and the Tigers back even at 16.
The Tigers take over late in the match. It takes them a little bit to get in the groove, and things are clicking. That's a 2nd kill in a row for Hansen behind the setter.
McGrath tries a deceptive feed down the line, but Maeva's there. In system, it's out to Hansen. Great dig by the setter in Maeva. Right back to her. Saved again!
What?
Catapulted inside the antenna. 3rd time. Nope. Out of system, McGrath, what a point. This one falls. The Tigers take the lead.
Showing relentless effort on both defensive sides. A one-hand save all the way over McLaughlin, making it, but it wasn't enough for the final kill. Coming in hot, you got McGrath using the blocker. What we're gonna look at right now is if the pancake was successful, getting the ball off the ground on that last point.
Yep, we've got our first challenge here today, so Dwayne Holbrin will take a look, and based off of the Syracuse players, it didn't seem like they thought the point was continuing after that touch.
You had Maeva laying out off of the McGrath hit, kept going with her left hand. She might have been under it, but the question is, was any part of the ball also touching the ground, or did she get her full hand under the contact?
Yeah, right at the end of the point, the very last bit of the point is what that Dwayne Holbrin is looking at here. And if it is overturned, Keely, we will redo the point.
Oh, she went with her right hand. Get that layout. It's called pancake. You're flat to the ground. Yeah,
nope.
She got her middle finger
After
under
review,
it.
the call is confirmed. Clemson point.
You know, as Maeva got her middle finger under it, but the ball touched the ground, so it's considered dead.
This has been a back and forth set with many lead changes. And we're tied yet again on service error number 9 for Clemson.
I mean, we've been tied probably 6 times right now. This is that competitive nature of both teams matching up well against each other. Can Clemson get that pass to run Hansen off the slide is the question in this serve-receive pattern.
Tied at 17. Good serve off the bench from now. Good read by Leea. That's long, and the communication from Clemson has been on point today, Keely. They have not played a lot of those out balls.
You're right. We have headsets on, and we can hear the entire court and bench for Clemson yell the call.
Tigers looking to pull away like they did in the first set as McGrath serves. In system, out to Waller. Right down the seam, and we're tied again.
Waller picking up her 4 kills on 11 swings. Nice job coming up on it, reversing off of 1 foot. Maeva delivering a beautiful set for that kill.
Our 8th tie of the set. We have been tied at 14 all, 15 all, 16 all, 17 all, and 18 all. And Hansen keeps Clemson's nose on top with a first ball side out.
And for Clemson, they're just waiting to get that pass. Rain sticking it right along the net, a different location behind the setter off the slide. That's hard to defend.
Okur is in the front row. Keep an eye on her in the middle. How good has Maeva been? 4 perfect swings up at the net.
Remember the last 2 attempts to send over, Maeva took to the middle of the court. The defense saw the hand, and she took it a different shot. That's incredible.
George serving. 9th tie of the set. Oh, a little help from the net. McLaughlin will take it. And the Syracuse Orange lead by 1.
It doesn't matter what level you play. Volleyball one-on-one is pass and serve. And right now, Syracuse holding strong on that serve.
Timeout by Clemson. The early USC transfers in on Yanwu and Livings, who has been battling an injury. Pitt and Louisville tomorrow night should be cinema. 7 o'clock Eastern on ACC Network. And then Louisville, Stanford to potentially determine a champion in the ACC. And you know what? Your Yellow Jackets are going to have a say as well. They're going to play both Pitt and Stanford this week.
Pretty impressive. And the Yellow Jackets start with a completely different lineup of how they started their preseason. The first 10 matches looked nothing like, and they maintained that top 40 RPI.
Oh, Sant steps on the service line. That's a new way to shoot yourself in the foot, and Syracuse and Clemson trade service errors.
You still have Mia Moore in the front row. For Clemson, it's pure passing. Can you stick the pass to run Mia a ball?
Tough pass from McGrath. Not a great time for it, and a free ball comes. Syracuse can take a large lead. Oh, it was an awkward touch. Sant has options. Mia Moore. Was no net violation there. VVA avoids it. Right back to the lefty. Yamada takes it away. Clemson will have a 3rd consecutive free ball in this crazy point.
What?
M squared.
3rd time's a charm. That was 3 attempts to Mia Moore on a good pass. Sant was like, I'm not looking anywhere else. Mia Moore's in her groove, going through that seam down.
And you could see a VVA just start drifting and was not determined to get back to Moore there. Luma serving, an important serve in. A VVA gets the first ball side out.
Maeva was waiting for a decent pass to get a VVA, an attempt in the middle, to take some pressure out of the outside. Good enough right there. Caught the middle blocker, leaning to her right.
And now an ace. The match's first ace. Keeley comes on a serve tight to the sideline and forces a Clemson timeout.
No other than Maeva coming up with those kills on the setter dump and then taking over on that ace between 2 passers. Nicely done.
Oh, and it's Okur who gets in the way there, Keeley. Just tough timing, tough location there for the Mia Moore kill. And then a VVA got a quick side out, followed by the ace. But Clemson knows that a couple points can turn in an instant. George in the back row, Maeva serving. 25 aces, check that now, 26 after Maeva's a moment ago. Moore.
Yeah, I got you.
Second touch does not stay inside the field of play, and Clemson gets a gift. They've got 22.
And the good news is that number 22 is still in the front row with Mia Moore. So the last attempt, and then also staying on. This is a good rotation.
Gildon, the libero, serves. Important point, and it's a VVA. Handled by Gildon. McGrath gets us tied. Number 23 evens it at 23.
That was an impressive comeback out of a timeout for Clemson. You got a kill with McGrath, and then the final timeout taken by Coach Fakir.
And the chess match continues. ACC standings. But you go back to the early portions of the year, The Orange were 5-4. They had wins over Notre Dame, Cal, Boston College, Vatech, and Duke. 3 of those 5 wins are somewhat impressive.
And you have a team like Boston College that beat a team like Georgia Tech.
Right.
So they were playing great volleyball early.
Important point. Whoever wins it gets set point. There's the Mia McGrath, Kate Hansen show to get the fans on their feet.
Waiting for it. Coming off of recognizing McLaughlin was probably the person to get the set, and McGrath had her number, full penetration, taking that shot away.
Second McGrath block and a timeout call. Where do you go if you're Syracuse? Facing a 3-0 run from Clemson, needing a side out to keep the set going. In system, Waller at the left side, Gildon with a massive dig, her 11th. McGrath could not put it away. Maeva to the right pin. McLaughlin off the touch, and we move to extra points.
McLaughlin was the attempt, and finally a good enough pass to get her the set delivery. Reversing it. Maeva going McLaughlin, working the line shot off of Mia McGrath.
And if Luma had a couple more inches on her wingspan, maybe. Slide for Hansen, she pushes it into the donut. Clemson has set point again.
Clemson did a 4-point swing to pull them within the match, and then still going risk taking off the slide attack, keeping the ball low.
Hansen stays in that front row with McGrath and Sant. See if they target Catherine Sant. As Rains bodies a serve tight. Free ball comes. Opportunity for the Tigers. Hansen! Exclamation points for the come from behind set for Clemson.
Clemson started slow, and then the finishing power, a 4-point swing to pull them in that set point. Good transition ball. You could hear Anson asking for it. She's an automatic kill right now off of 1 foot behind the setter.
A set with 15 ties. Many lead changes tomorrow night from the Peterson Event Center. So a bigger venue, not playing in the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, probably an advantage for Louisville. As we take a look at those ties and lead changes, we've got over 20 ties. What is in store for our third? As Lana Yamada serves, and Hansen gets a touch down that line despite missing wide.
Libero McKenna Gildon stuck a pass right at the net over her shoulder to cause that offense. Clemson starting with a good pass. They can produce offense, but that pass has got to be there.
And then Hansen delivers a fireball ace. The Tigers are in the ace column.
Usually it's Syracuse starting strong in this match, but Clemson coming out with 2 points to start us off.
8 errorless kills for Kate Hansen to go with a few blocks and now an ace. She's looking to leave her lasting mark here at Jervey. Side out comes as Marie Lorio gets her first call up into the front row and makes a count for Coach Bakir.
Lorio changing the shot. We've seen outside attackers go around. That one going off into the hands. Sometimes it takes mixing up players to throw in different shots.
Ortiz, who has shed her libero jersey, will serve as Okur. This is in. A little bit of flickeration from Nil Okur. It was originally called out, overruled by the own line judge who made the call.
It's all about getting it right. The line judge right away said, nope, that ball was in, having the delay. Watch the hang time. I was more impressed with that. Definitely on the line.
That had enough backspin to maybe come back across the net. First slide that I can remember today for Syracuse, and it works for Soana Leea.
Leia recognized I wasn't getting kills on my hard attacks. Let me throw in the tip. Took out Okur on the defensive ball. That was smart.
So we'll see George's serve again. Fireball, low line drive. Eats up Oxoy. She'll get it back from McGrath. We haven't seen Kaya Gordon since the first set against Louisville. Hopefully she is all right as the cutting action from McLaughlin into the net. She has had an error-filled day.
when you try to do so much and try to carry your team, and every attempt as an attacker for Syracuse, you think, I have to get a kill now because that transition game from Clemson is just too strong.
Out of system, out to McLaughlin, handled by Luma. Mia Moore looks to tip over that monster block, and she deceives the back row.
Because Clemson runs their transition game so fast, it comes so low out of the setter's hands, Mia McGrath will not have a block set up, and the defenders are still moving. Notice the defense could not get stopped.
Luma, an ace off the tape, and Clara Luma picks up her 22nd of the season.
Good news for Clemson. The fans know it too. Clap it out, guys. That's an ace to start off the third.
It has been all Clemson here in this third set after a tight second. Flung out to McLaughlin. The two Wolfpack transfers connect on that swing. As McGrath fed by George. Right back to McLaughlin. No touch. Yes, they give her the touch. And based off of Mia Moore's reaction, it's the right call.
No argument from the side of the Clemson block. McLaughlin's been looking for that shot. So it's a flat hit high into the hands. She can do it again, guys. That's a good kill for her.
McGrath has to soft touch that one to Ortiz. Pick up by Moore. 6-3 Clemson here in the third. Tigers looking for the season sweep over Syracuse, and they lead 7-3.
McGrath's laughing that one off. She thought Maeva, the setter, was playing right back, so she just tested the court. Got a friendly airtime drop on that.
Four-point lead for the hosts. And a net violation will cut it to 3 as Mia Moore got up close and personal with the net.
McLaughlin starting to heat up on the outside, changing in shots. Maeva in the 3-hitter rotation. Let's expect to get Waller involved in the offense.
Slide for Hansen. Unstoppable. 9 kills, 15 swings, no errors for the senior.
Clemson runs this slide attempt so low, and it jumps at 3 different locations. Block and defense cannot set up with that type of tempo.
I wonder what Kate Hansen is going to do after graduating, because if she wanted to, she could mess around with something involving continuing playing with her skill set.
I'm so glad she's got 1 year left so we get to enjoy her in ACC ball as she gets the close on the block. Yes, you do that, Kate Hansen, number 19, a middle blocker, with the last kill, and then she makes up for that coming in with the block.
That one almost curved into the corner on the rejection. Nice teardrop serve from Luma. 9-4 turned to 9-5. That one straight down from a VVA. She's a grad senior out of North Carolina, started her career at Florida Gulf Coast, where she had one trip to the big dance a few years ago.
There's the offense Syracuse needs. In the middle of the court, now is just the serving run. Can McLaughlin do it?
You know, VVA's former school got upset by the 8 seed, Florida A&M, who went on to win the conference tournament. As this touch over the block from Kate Hansen. Now, what's interesting, she's listed as a junior, but she graduated and then asked to be a part of the senior day ceremony. So, of course, the decision will be Hansen's if she wants to come back, but we're not expecting it.
Oh, very nice, yes. The graduation year, it definitely matters on it. I hope she stays in ACC if she decides to go somewhere else for her grad education.
Yeah, I'd like to see her keep playing as well. Great dig by McGrath, her 5th. Aksoy gets her 3rd kill, and the Tigers are rolling up 6.
Tigers are feeling hot. Started with that middle offense, and now the layout of Digny and McGrath keeping it alive. Snap off of 1 foot.
Timeout called by Syracuse. We'll take 1-2. Started 6-0 here this season. We're going to chat conference RPI in a bit here with you. As the NCAA Tournament Selection Show is Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Waller has been denied by McGrath all set long as Aksoy handled by Yamada. Waller decides, I'll go into the block this time. Clemson blockers claiming they didn't touch it, but overruled by Arlene Hughes up top.
Aksoy, number 16, going against Waller, Syracuse's right side. That's a good matchup for Syracuse. Trying to work the hands. I'm thinking Waller, if she gets it again, she's going to go for that same shot.
So it's Lana Yamada to serve. Hansen, automatic. 11 errorless kills now.
I was just about to sing that same word, Daniel. Automatic. Off a slide attack. It's so pretty. That's the number 4 in this set for Hansen.
Hansen had 13 kills Friday against Notre Dame, one shy of her career high. That one got a block touch, recycled. Good pickup by Raines, her 5th dig. Yamada's touch is strong. Aksoy is there.
This is the Clemson defensive transition game we've grown to love. Out of middle back, laying out right there, causing that overpass. McGrath on that swing.
Seven-point lead. Waller. Wheels coming off here for the Syracuse Orange, 14-6.
Clemson feeling confident. This is their home court, their practice court, and now it's pure go mode. Kate Hansen on that service line, nice run.
It has been the Kate Hansen set, as Okur says no to that dump. Lorio into the block. Reverses swing out to Waller. She tricked the blockers and got a good cut shot.
Waller knew that middle blocker, Hansen, was playing right back, just threw in a nice roll shot. The only bad news for Syracuse right now is that she's going off the court, so that's some offense leaving the court.
Ortiz in system. Sant looks to dump. She is read nicely by Leia. Out to Lorio. It's up. Sant doesn't recognize. Syracuse able to creep back within 6.
Lorio's trying to get that starting spot. That second one going into the hands, working the blocker's touch.
Lorio had 16 digs against Clemson in that meeting earlier this month, mainly playing in the back row, but getting some opportunities up front now.
You got to be pretty excited because she's a freshman to see what she can do.
Yeah, out of Ann Arbor as well. That's a bombing swing. Aksoy also provides a fresh look to the future for Clemson as the freshman.
Coming in with some heat. Waiting for that block to get fully set up. Watch how it gets set up. Aksoy inside, taking the power shot right at Yamada.
Keely, I did some digging, and Edge M. Aksoy is from one of the more underrated, beautiful locations in the world. It's called the Izmir Peninsula, out on the coast of Turkey. And I started watching some videos. I needed to figure out how to say it. It's spelled a little quirky, and I added it to my bucket list. It is a stunning destination.
Aksoy sticking that pass. I'm sure Clemson's happy. And guess who else is happy? Syracuse fans that McLaughlin has joined their squad. Good, solid execution all around.
3rd block of the match for Syracuse. 1% is not going to cut it. Clemson only at 4. And the service errors starting to compile. That is double-digit service errors for both teams here today.
In this side-out pattern, McLaughlin has received the set attempt or the setter dump. So the question, can Syracuse stick the pass? There you go.
Right in system, McLaughlin off the touch, and it's 16-11.
Good enough pass to get McLaughlin the ball. That was where the set was going, and that's how you produce offense. Nice job, kill leaders in their senior year.
Brings in Ashley Naw, the sophomore from Michigan, who has 6 aces this season, needing to go on a service run. Sant to the left-handed Oker. That's not her traditional dominant hand. There is the right hand. It's awkwardly touched and popped back over on 3. Third time's the charm. This one's in system and chemistry clicking for Oker.
Oker asking for it, get it up in transition. Watch how the ball's underset. It's just a little lower, but Oker found her hand on the ball. Its speed beats that defense.
Gildon will serve quietly. 13 digs from McKenna Gildon. She has another year of eligibility. Gets a wildly accurate dig there. Keeps the ball in play. Free ball comes. Is it Moore? No, it's Hansen. She wants it back. Mia Moore blocked, covered. No lift called, despite complaints from the Syracuse bench. McGrath. Everyone on offense getting a touch for Clemson, but it's Syracuse's block showing up late.
Maeva getting the right setup. Watch the setter, number 14 for Syracuse. Getting the setup perfectly for the middle to get the close, a wall in front.
So Maeva will serve. She's a 6-foot setter, certainly has a blocking ability. 1 more year of eligibility as well. But cannot defend the Hansen slide, can Syracuse's back row.
I mean, that's really pretty. When the execution is there with the pass, the setter at the net, it's just automatic. Behind the set, the block is jumping out with how fast that slide attack is coming.
Rains, that's a competitive serve, but it is also service error number 12 for Clemson, who are keeping Syracuse inside this match.
Lorio is coming to the front row. She's 2 kills in this set, so a little offense on the outside would be helpful for Syracuse to create a comeback.
McLaughlin, deep serve to Rains. Hansen swipes that triple block. They are fully committing to Kate Hansen. She'll take one down the line and end her perfect night, keeping Syracuse within arm's reach.
Taking it off of 2 feet. Watch the pull-up. Hansen stayed back. She's going to take it off of 2 feet, not in her rhythm of that natural slide attack she's used to.
They'll run the 2 ball to McGrath, but Rains cannot direct it the correct location. That is block number 5 for this set for Syracuse, and it forces a timeout.
Timeout is needed right now because the Orange are coming back hot, showing how they're locked in the conference play as we're seeing the final finish. It's like a push to pull off a win.
And for those not too involved in the world of women's college volleyball, the scheduling is so important. Trying to figure out winnable matches pre-conference play, but also trying to schedule teams that you're gambling will then go and win their conference, like a Florida A&M who upset everyone and won the conference a few days ago. Coming out of the timeout, Clemson needs one here to end the 3-0 Cuse run. And how's this? A left-handed tip to left front for Mia McGrath.
All smiles right there out of a timeout. That's that leadership we see in McGrath, a little change-up with some pure ball control.
Back-to-back 11 kill matches for the senior McGrath. She has 960 kills in her career. Free ball comes from the back row on a poor second touch, and it's Hansen on the slide. Kept alive nicely by McLaughlin. Clemson can get to 20 here. Why not? Keep running it, Keeley.
It is the difference of changing up location. Syracuse stayed in it. Gave another free ball, and Hansen changed her location of where she was pulling up off of 1 foot.
13 kills. Ties her ACC high for Kate Hansen as the serve is long from McGrath, and it's 2016.
Sorry, in this pattern, so you miss a serve for McGrath. She wants to go and play her 5th year beach volleyball So coming back with ball control is huge.
That's a great point. Very curious to see where McGrath will wind up as Hansen right down the line ties a career high, and we're only in set 3.
Gotta be so good. You got Hansen, 5 kills in this set, pulling off of 1 foot.
Good call by the line judge. That one just whispered the line. And the Tigers are 4 points away from their 5th ACC win, all coming here in the last 6 weeks as Coach Ganesha Ratham has been in the ear of Dwayne Holben, frustrated about something in the middle of the court. Not enough to challenge, though. Waller.
Nice.
Yeah, how about a middle dig? They'll go right back to the right side, right back to Kate Hansen. She's got 5 digs today. Out of system, Lori. 3 digs in the point for Hansen. Running on fumes. There's a reason why Clemson is the #1 digging team in the ACC. Again, McLaughlin, this is long, and the Tigers win a marathon point.
Staying in it, nothing short of pure grit on that defensive side. Clemson staying in it, causing this out of bounds, forcing Syracuse to take another timeout.
How about 3 digs from Katie?
Had and lead changes throughout. Both teams evenly matched, but Clemson right now is just hitting that overdrive.
DJ Shaw spinning on the 1s and 2s here at Jervey Gym. Hansen at the service line. Lori, that might have just touched the antenna. It's an attack error for the freshman. I want to take a moment here and thank our entire crew, and as we wait upon this challenge, give a shout out. We talked about Easton Smith, who's been our producer for so much of this season. Jared Thomas, our director today. Trey Morrow has done a great job directing this year as well.
Syracuse is challenging that the ball did not hit the antenna.
So as we wait on this, our TD is Jason Semf, graphics operator Caroline Black with Seth Robertson. As we take our first look, oh, certainly does, right, Keely?
From this angle, it did. It looks like it got that bounce off the net. But Sant just played at #6 for Clemson, just in case. The best view will be, and like the serving line view.
Seems to be a quick review from Dwayne Holben. As our camera guys.
After review, the call is confirmed. Point Clemson.
We've got Warren, Aiden, David, and Michael on the cameras. Our replay operators, Connor, Marcos, and Nathan. Nathan and John. There's our entire hardworking and underappreciated crew with Ryan, Keno, Barron, and Wilson rounding things out. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. A very fun and excellent crew coming here in Clemson.
And happily, they will be able to take a day off Thursday, which doesn't always happen in the world of sports on a holiday. So great that everyone can enjoy their Thanksgiving. As we sit 2 points away from wrapping up the home season for Clemson women's volleyball. Okur. It's down. Nil Okur quietly having a great day offensively, 5 errorless kills, and what a season it's been for her to battle through a long career and finish it here in South Carolina.
And Sant has done an excellent job working both with Okur, with the connection, and Hansen.
Sant can end it here to the freshman Oxoy. 7 match points for Clemson. And a free ball comes over. Out of system. Give it to the senior McLaughlin. The senior Moore. Oh, she might have gone into the net. No call.
Wow.
What a job by Gildon, popping it over on 1, and then picking up the second dig of the point. Clemson's bench on their feet. Gildon, what a point. Oxoy ends it for the Tigers.
Clemson showing relentless defensive effort, staying alive, making the save. Gildon off of one hand, and then finishing power off the hands is for the Kiloxoy.